Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of ObiCraft. Okay. All right, so, yes, I know. All right, so, anyway, let's get back into here, and we'll go on. I want to do a public service announcement first before we really get started. Now, hold on. Ooh. If that was a little bit wider, I may try jumping down there. That'd be an awesome diving experience. But anyway, I understand, people smoke marijuana and stuff like that. I used to do it myself when I was younger. Um, when you smoke marijuana, guys, try to try to do it in like an open space. All right. The place that I work, a lady came in and she was reeking of marijuana. Apparently, she smoked it in her car, and it was to the point that the whole building was getting a contact high. I mean, I was out in a completely different area of the building where she was, and I'm like, I looked at my boss. I'm like, what is that smell? Yeah, he's like, yeah, it's you like that smell of marijuana? I'm like, I'm swear, I'm like that. I know that smell, and he's like, yeah, it's a lady sitting out there is just reeking of marijuana, and I'm like, my God. I mean, if you smell that bad of marijuana, I think you're doing it a little too much in a way too small of an area. I mean, come on. I mean, it's just like smoking cigarettes and stuff like that. And when you smoke cigarettes, the cigarette smell kind of clings to you. But if you're going to do it in your vehicle, roll down a frickin' window. I mean, I get it. I know why you would keep your windows up because it stays in the vehicle and you get that smell even after you smoke it. You get that smell, but everyone else in the world gets that smell too. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't mind it. But my God, it was awful to the point where if a police officer walked in, and we do get police officers where I work every once in a while, they come in and stuff like that. It's not prevalent. It's not like it's not an everyday thing. But if a police officer walked in and smelled that, they would arrest her immediately. That's how bad that smell was. There was no getting away from that smell. None. And she's just steady sitting out there in the waiting room just eating. Oh, God. Guys, if you're going to do it, hey, all the more power to you. If you're going to do it, do it. I don't mind it, I'd probably still do it too if I wasn't older and didn't have a family and stuff like that. If I lived on my own, I'd probably do it myself. Because what the hell, I used to enjoy it when I was younger, and I don't have to worry about having kids and stuff like that anymore. So but Jesus, all right, guys. So back to the game. All right. Donald, yes, I know. On my last the last video I put out, I put out that yeah, I'm doing some different things here. Don't worry about all that crap. This is my thought process when I'm building. This is why a lot of times I don't build unless I have a specific design in mind. I won't build on camera because I just do a bunch of different stuff. I lay it down and I look at it and say, that don't work, and I take it up, and so I'm doing some different design ideas and what it would look like from afar. If I'm looking at it like this, okay. See, that doesn't look right to me, because it has that opening. But that's for the window, you know what I mean? So you get the floor. This is the base of the building. So actually the flooring is one below that. So that does not look right. And then you got something like this where I would take out a piece for the window and maybe have like the window sticking up like this, but then you would have the same deal. But then I was thinking something along the lines of, hold on, there it is. Let me grab that. No, not that. Get in there. All right, having something like this along the wall where there's going to be a window. Ah, give me that. Ah. Ooh. All right, so when there's a window, that way I don't have to have it right at the base of the thing. The window can be up here, type thing. Let me get that. Yeah. It's bothering me being down there. I hate leaving stuff on the ground. Even a piece of dirt, I hate leaving it just sitting on the ground. So then the window would, that actually don't look half bad, but it still doesn't look right because it has a definite break in there. So I may take that line out and just have the blue as the wall. The blue, or just have the wood, as the wall. That's a thought that I will have to go back and revisit later on. But yeah, this is the thought process that I go through, and this is the process that when I'm building, I'll especially something different. Now, if this is just a basic house with a basic wall, like a wood wall or a concrete wall or whatever, I would just build it up and be done with it. But this is not a basic house. This is, I want specific things, and I have to get my mindset to that specific thing. It's the same as anybody else. I mean, when the more popular people, like the hermits and stuff, when they build, they'll do the same thing that I do, but they do it in a test world that you hardly ever see. Might take you back to the test world later, and they'll show you, and you'll see like a whole bunch of different buildings all over the place in the test world. That's them building, and they do the same exact thing. They build it up, tear it down, and build it up again until they get to a point where it's like, oh, that looks good. And then when they get to that point, then they copy that to wherever they're going. So, and not copy paste. No, they know exactly how many blocks it is, how many blocks up they went, for a specific thing. That's why they can build so quickly on camera. And so effortlessly. But anyway, getting back into this game. Yeah, Donald. I know. Enderin. I know. I get it. I didn't say anything, and yes, I kind of back. I think when I first started talking about building a monument or doing a monument, I was talking about my next project. But I didn't specifically say I wanted to do it by myself, which I don't want to do it by myself. I didn't want to do it by myself. I just wanted a part of it. Let me put some torches down here because it looks a little dark. There we go. Boink. And boink. Boink. That looks good. Okay, so, but anyway, let's go over and I'll show you just from the last video. This was done last week, and the video was done last week, and this one is being done this week, which I'll put out before I put out any other videos this week. So you'll have not back to back, because it's not going to be like the same day or the day after I put out the last video, but it'll be within the time frame. I think I'll put this video out today. I'm recording this on Sunday, so I might put this out today. It just depends on what I'm doing and how everything goes within the editing process, because editing, that's where I find a lot of major mistakes, and sometimes videos don't come out because of that. But anyway, let's go over to the monument. Doink. There we go. Bing. All right, so up here is where I'm talking about possibly putting some shops and different stuff like that. And then once, like, you can come in and walk around and all from the shop area. Now, what Donald did is he went a step further than from where he built it, and he built the system to capture everything. So he went ahead and did the whole process. Since the last time I was in here, when I put the chest in to capture the overflow, which was coming in like crazy. So yeah, that's what I'm talking about. A lot of things just they don't render in right. Weird. This over here, I'm not exactly sure. This was a slime. There was a slime in there. So I'm guessing there's a slime chunk over here too. That he captured. There was a slime bouncing around in here. Other than that, I'm not sure exactly why this would be here. I'm fairly sure that's why, though, because that's what it was. But anyway, so the capturing system here just goes around and around and around, which is kind of cool. I like that. I like this setup. So when the stuff comes in, it drops down. If I am thinking correctly, yeah, it drops down, gets funneled into here, and then gets sent out along this water path. When then comes down and it goes this way, and it comes around and it just keeps going around like this. If it doesn't find a home to drop into, or if there's too many, then it just keeps riding around and it keeps going and comes back around, and it's a no loss system, because it just keeps going around until it finds that spot where it drops down to go in. Because I think it can take like a few. So this is 41, so it'll take like 23 more in there. But if there's more than 23, it'll keep rocking until the next one and drops down. But if for some reason it just keeps going to here, of course that is not going to drop in here. So it'll keep running around until it drops in. So it's a really cool system, And I would never have built this system. Never in a million years I would never have built this. Which, I mean, Donald has built stuff like this on his own for his stuff. I think he has a monument himself that he built. That I think it's the same way. I'm not really sure, but this system is better. He was saying in the comments that he took the idea from someone else and then tweaked it to benefit himself, which is cool. I mean, I like it. And like I said, I would never have built it. I would have built something a lot simpler, without the waterway. I may have done the waterway. I'm not sure, but I would not have done the whole loop. I wouldn't have thought of that, So. And that's something where he comes in, where he would look at it like he did with a couple of the things I built back home. He comes in and looks at it and goes, this would be better if you did it this way. And I'm like, okay, well, go ahead and change it and do what you need to do. And he does. So he changes it up, makes it better, and makes it work, But it's just that point of, I wanted to at least try. But I got other stuff. Now I do have. I don't know how many claims I have left, and he has a big area back here. Now I don't have to worry about anybody else claiming up around here, because if they follow the rules of the server, like this space here is not claimed by anyone, so no one can come in and claim this area. Right next to mine, for malicious, now if someone comes along and they say, hey, I see that this area is not claimed, do you mind if I claim it and I'm going to do this, then If I say, well, okay, that sounds pretty good, yeah, go ahead, and they have my permission, they can claim it up and do whatever they were planning on doing. But no one can come in and just claim it and do what they want to do because it's right next to my claim. You know what I mean? So they have to be within a certain amount of blocks away from my claim to be able to claim and build and stuff like that without me going, hey, Lister, someone just came in and claimed up one chunk, in between or next to my area. And I'm using that. I don't have enough claims, or I didn't want to claim that section. But they can't just come in and claim it and then do whatever they want into a chunk that's not owned next to a chunk that someone owns. Unless they're like Donald can, because Donald and I are not. I guess you would say partners, because I allow him to be on my claims. I allow him to do, stuff like this, build stuff and do different things on my claims. So he has my full permission to claim this area for himself and do whatever he wants. He can build whatever, here and, whatever. Same with Lister and Mama Bear and a couple others. They have my full permission to claim and do whatever they want. I mean, Lister, this is his server, so Lister and Mama Bear, this is their baby, so they can do whatever they want to. But I know they wouldn't without asking me first. But that is just common courtesy. You just ask somebody if you're going to claim something up next to somebody. Like this whole area back in here. Some of it's claimed because this is where the island was, or still is actually. Because here's the ladder going up next to the island there. So that's the water going up, and then that piece right there is the island. So this is the island. So I did claim up some of the island, but I didn't claim up all the different pieces. And I didn't claim up the whole island yet. So no one can just claim like any of these chunks back here. They can't just come in and claim it, because it's right next to my area, which is kind of cool. I like that. I like that about this server, So if everyone on here so far has been really, really good, really nice, good bunch of people. That's what I like. I like playing with a bunch of people that is nice. Not like. I really don't want to get into like the bad words, but you know what I'm talking about. Not the jerks, not the jerky people. And I'm starving to death here. So yeah, it's a really, really good place to play. Because you don't have to worry about the jerky people. And if we happen to get one, then it's just a matter of going, hey Lister, hey Mama Bear, can you take a look at this for me? Because this ain't right. I'm trying to do stuff here, and someone claimed up and blocked my progress. But I would talk to them first and say, hey, don't claim right there. Had a plan for that area that's right next to mine. Can you move over like 3 or 4 chunks? That should give me enough clearance to do what I need to do. And if they don't move, if they want to be total wangers about it, then then absolutely I'd go to Lister and say, hey, he needs to go. And Lister would look into it, and if my claim is correct, then they would deal with it, which is kind of that's nice. That's a nice thing about this server. But yeah, everything is what is this? What is this? I say a dispenser. So I guess this is overflow. What is it? Or this is stuff that I would throw in there. Oh, that's them bouncing around up there. I thought a slime was in here. I'm like, what in the world? That was a weird noise. Okay, so I'm guessing that when he's building or whatever, and he had extra, that was a good place to throw it. And then it would get sucked in and sent into the system going that way. The only thing I don't see in here is an overflow area for something that made it into the works that shouldn't be there. Say like cobblestone, if we decide to do something else and dig out and make something here and we have extra, we could throw it in this system and have like a overflow area just to capture it until we have a chance to go back and grab it and take it someplace else. This storage is good for what we get from them, what drops they drop. But it like I said, if we're doing anything extra in here, and our pockets get full, we'd have to have a chest monster down here, or we could just have an overflow system down here. Which I can build that later on. It's no big deal because it'd only be one section. I would have it as one section, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chests here to make it look symmetrical with everything else. I wouldn't want just one chest, one set of chests here, because it knocks off the flow of it, and this looks really good. He did a really awesome job on this. A really, really good job. It looks a hell of a lot better than the one that I have at my house. So yeah. Oh my God, I keep hitting that thing. I keep screaming at it. So I'm gonna head home, and here I do have to do some more. Yeah, he's like whenever I see a sign that starts off with "Don't be mad," it kind of makes you go, okay, what in the world? And then you have to read the rest of it. Yeah, I moved your Prison Marine to your Guardian farm, which is cool, which is really, really cool. I'm not mad about it. Not at all. Not at all. So if I need Prison Marine or anything like that, I would just pop back over to the monument and grab it for any purposes of building or anything like that. Now all of this here, it's just, there's a, I don't know. This doesn't really look good to me anymore. Just because of how that one looks. That one looks neat and organized. This one looks unorganized and nasty. But I do have quite a bit of space down here where I can expand, and it is all together, so it's not quite as bad. But what I'm going to do next is I'm going to keep working on this here, and I'm going to expand this out to fill this room here. And also, I'm going to continue working on my villager breeding area and get them built up, because I kind of abandoned this to, when I'm in here, I was planning on working on the monument thing, and I'm working on the second home, which kind of took away from here, but I think I'll abandon my second home for now and continue working on my villager breeding area and build these guys up to what I need, because I have everybody. I'm fairly sure I brought everybody down. Yeah, this is all cleaned up here. So the only thing I have up here is the villagers for breeding purposes, but I have them off right now. I didn't throw them any food at all. So what I'm going to do is I got to set up a rail down here to get everybody out when they do fall in, which I think it's just a matter of getting them over here. I might be able to set a rail in there. I think I can set a rail in there. I think I can do the same principle. I hit a wall here. I can do the same thing I did here with the dispenser and then the rail system here that comes up. I can do the same exact thing down there. I don't think the water would make any difference whatsoever, but that's something I'll have to check into once I get going on it. But yeah, it must be daytime. They woke up. They're up and they're ready to rock, if you know what I mean. Keep it G-rated, yeah. All right, so anyway, these guys, I need to continue on, and yes, I got them in carts, so it may be expensive on iron, but at least that way, if I have to move them, I got them. They're already in a cart and they're ready to rock and roll. Every one of them still in a cart. I am not taking them out. One of these guys, I didn't have carts on all of them up there, and I had to chase them all over the place. It was hell. It was hell. I'm like, come on, dude, just get in the cart. I got a better home for you. He's like, no, go, give me away. Ah. He's running all over the place. It was awful. It was awful. But, eventually I got him in the cart, and I got him in there. Yeah, so that's my plan, is to continue working on some of this stuff. This stuff up here is not changed, so anybody wants to come over and they want to ride the roller coaster, they can absolutely do so. Lister has made it so anybody can come over and do that. Like that. Yep, the coaster is now open for everyone, so just hitting the button, kicking it out, hitting the button. Yeah, after you get in, and you're off and running on the coaster. So as far as I know, everything is still functioning properly. I do have to take a ride on that and make sure. And then the other small ride coaster is set up and ready in there. It is actually working. I did have to break some of it. I'm fairly sure that I fixed it as I was doing the downstairs down there with the villager breeding. It did take some of it away, so I did fix that while I was building down there. So this is running. Button 1, button 2. And there's only one cart in there, so one person at a time. And then, of course, everything else works. That was the reason why it wasn't working, is because I had 2 in there, and the buttons are too close together to do anything. So, yeah. Let's see. That is good, and I'm gonna go over here and check this one. My 2 automatic farms that my 2 automatic farms that I have to check because I don't want them getting overly full. Which, since I'm not here keeping this chunk loaded all the time anymore, then it doesn't really matter. But I do have to clean that out just in case someone does want to come around and ride. If they want to, ride and stuff and have fun, they can do so, and I don't have to worry about it overflow over there. Excuse me. Okay, but everything else looks good, so let's go ahead and take a ride, and we'll do this as our outing. There we go. Woohoo! I love this coaster. I did a really good job on this coaster. I am not going to be, I did. I even surprised myself on this, let me tell you. But anyway, guys, until next time, pound that like button, share with your friends, and subscribe. And always remember to enjoy everything that you do. If you don't, there's no point in doing it. I'll see you on the flip side.